Meow meow kids.
Meow meow kids.
Snakes are elongated, limbless reptiles. Many species of snakes have skulls with several more joints than their lizard ancestors and relatives, enabling them to swallow prey much larger than their heads. To accommodate their narrow bodies, snakes' paired organs, such as kidneys, appear one in front of the other instead of side by side, and most only have one functional lung. Living snakes are found on every continent except Antarctica, and on most smaller landmasses. Exceptions include some large islands such as Ireland, Iceland, Greenland, and the islands of New Zealand, as well as many small islands of the Atlantic and Central Pacific Oceans. Additionally, sea snakes are widespread throughout the Indian and Pacific Oceans. Around 30 families are currently recognized, comprising about 520 genera and about more than 4,170 species. They range in size from the tiny 10.4 centimeter or 4.1 inch long Barbados thread snake to the reticulated python of 6.95 meters or 22.8 feet in length. Snakes are thought to have evolved from either burrowing or aquatic lizards, perhaps during the Jurassic period. Most species of snake are non-venomous, and those that have venom use it primarily to kill and subdue prey rather than for self-defense. Some possess venom that is potent enough to cause painful injury or death to humans. Non-venomous snakes either swallow prey alive or kill by constriction. While snakes are limbless reptiles, evolved from lizards, there are many other species of lizards that have lost their limbs independently, but which superficially look similar to snakes. These include the slowworm, glass snake, and amphisbaenians. The sensory systems of snakes, particularly those of the pit vipers family, are among the most specialized in the animal kingdom. Pit vipers, which include rattlesnakes and related species, possess all the sensory organs found in other snakes, as well as additional adaptations. These include specialized infrared-sensitive receptors known as pits, located on either side of the head, between the nostrils and eyes. These pits, which resemble an additional pair of nostrils, are highly developed and allow pit vipers to detect minute temperature changes. Snakes rely heavily on their sense of smell to track prey. They collect particles from the air, ground, or water using their forked tongue, which are then transferred to the vomeronasal organ, also known as Jacobson's organ, in the mouth for analysis. The forked structure of the tongue provides directional information of smell, which helps locate prey or predators. In aquatic species, such as the anaconda, the tongue functions efficiently underwater. When the tongue is retracted, the forked tips are pressed into the cavities of the Jacobson's organ, enabling a combined taste-smell analysis that provides the snake with detailed information about its environment. Until the mid-20th century, it was widely believed that snakes were unable to hear. However, snakes possess two distinct auditory systems. One system, the somatic system, involves the transmission of vibrations through ventral skin receptors to the spine. The other system involves vibrations transmitted through the snake's elongated lung to the brain via cranial nerves. Snakes exhibit high sensitivity to vibrations, allowing them to detect even subtle sounds, such as soft speech. In quiet environments, snake vision varies significantly among species. While some snakes have keen eyesight, others can only distinguish light from dark. However, most snakes possess visual acuity sufficient to track movement. The skin of a snake is covered in scales. Contrary to the popular notion of snakes being slimy, snakeskin has a smooth, dry texture. Most snakes use specialized belly scales to travel, allowing them to grip surfaces. The body scales may be smooth, keeled, or granular. The eyelids of a snake are transparent spectacle scales, which remain permanently closed. Molting serves a number of purposes. It allows old, worn skin to be replaced. Molting occurs periodically throughout the life of a snake. Before each molt, the snake regulates its diet and seeks defensible shelter. Just before shedding, the skin becomes gray and the snake's eyes turn silvery. The inner surface of the old skin liquefies, causing it to separate from the new skin beneath it. After a few days, the eyes clear, and the snake reaches out of its old skin, which splits. The snake rubs its body against rough surfaces to aid in the shedding of its old skin. In many cases, the castaway skin peels backward over the body from head to tail in one piece, like taking the dust jacket off a book, revealing a new, larger, brighter layer of skin which has formed underneath. Snakes may shed 4 of 5 times a year, depending on the weather conditions, food supply, age of the snake, and other factors. Cobras, vipers, and closely related species use venom to immobilize, injure, or kill their prey. The venom is modified saliva delivered through fangs. The fangs of advanced venomous snakes like viperids and elapids are hollow, allowing venom to be injected more effectively, and the fangs of rear-fanged snakes such as the boomslang simply have a groove on the posterior edge to channel venom into the wound. Snake venoms are often prey-specific, and their role in self-defense is secondary. Snake venoms are complex mixtures of proteins and are stored in venom glands at the back of the head. In all venomous snakes, these glands open through ducts into grooved or hollow teeth in the upper jaw. The proteins can potentially be a mix of neurotoxins, which attack the nervous system, hemotoxins, which attack the circulatory system, cytotoxins, which attack the cells directly, bungarotoxins, related to neurotoxins but also directly affect muscle tissue, and many other toxins that affect the body in different ways. Venom, like all salivary secretions, is a predigestant that initiates the breakdown of food into soluble compounds, facilitating proper digestion. Even non-venomous snake bites, like any animal bite, cause tissue damage. It has been suggested that all snakes may be venomous to a certain degree, with harmless snakes having weak venom and no fangs. According to this theory, most snakes that are labeled non-venomous would be considered harmless because they either lack a venom delivery method or are incapable of delivering enough to endanger a human. The theory postulates that snakes may have evolved from a common lizard ancestor that was venomous, and also that venomous lizards, like the Gila monster, beaded lizard, monitor lizards, and the now extinct mosasaurs, may have derived from the same common ancestor. Most species of snakes lay eggs which they abandon shortly after laying. However, a few species, such as the king cobra, construct nests and stay in the vicinity of the hatchlings after incubation. Most pythons coil around their egg clutches and remain with them until they hatch. A female python will not leave the eggs except to occasionally bask in the sun or drink water. She will even shiver to generate heat to incubate the eggs. In regions where winters are too cold for snakes to tolerate while remaining active, local species will enter a period of brumation. Unlike hibernation, in which the dormant mammals are actually asleep, during brumation reptiles are awake but inactive. Individual snakes may undergo brumation in burrows under rock piles, or inside fallen trees, or large numbers of snakes may clump together in hibernacula. All snakes are strictly carnivorous, preying on small animals including lizards, frogs, other snakes, small mammals, birds, eggs, fish, snails, worms, and insects. Snakes cannot bite or tear their food to pieces, so must swallow their prey whole. The eating habits of a snake are largely influenced by body size. Smaller snakes eat smaller prey. Juvenile pythons might start out feeding on lizards or mice and graduate to small deer or antelope as an adult. After eating, snakes become dormant to allow the process of digestion to take place. This is an intense activity, especially after consumption of large prey. In species that feed only sporadically, the entire intestine enters a reduced state between meals to conserve energy. The digestive system is then upregulated to full capacity within 48 hours of prey consumption. Being ectothermic or cold-blooded, the surrounding temperature plays an important role in the digestion process. The ideal temperature for snakes to digest food is 30 degrees Celsius or 86 degrees Fahrenheit. There is a huge amount of metabolic energy involved in a snake's digestion. If a snake is disturbed after having eaten recently, it will often regurgitate its prey to be able to escape the perceived threat. When undisturbed, the digestive process is highly efficient. The snake's digestive enzymes dissolve and absorb everything but the prey's hair, or feathers, and claws, which are excreted along with waste. Snakes do not ordinarily prey on humans. Unless startled or injured, most snakes prefer to avoid contact and will not attack humans. With the exception of large constrictors, non-venomous snakes are not a threat to humans. The bite of a non-venomous snake is usually harmless. Their teeth are not adapted for tearing or inflicting a deep puncture wound, but rather grabbing and holding. Although the possibility of infection and tissue damage is present in the bite of a non-venomous snake, venomous snakes present far greater hazard to humans. Non-fatal bites from venomous snakes may result in the need for amputation of a limb or part thereof. Of the roughly 725 species of venomous snakes worldwide, only 250 are able to kill a human with one bite. The most successful treatment for snake bites is still antivenom, which is made from snake venom. However, access to antivenom differs greatly by location, with rural areas frequently experiencing difficulties with both cost and availability. In some parts of the world, especially in India, snake charming is a roadside show performed by a charmer. In such a show, the snake charmer carries a basket containing a snake that he seemingly charms by playing tunes with his flute-like musical instrument, to which the snake responds. The snake is in fact responding to the movement of the flute, not the sound it makes. As snakes lack external ears, several compounds from snake venoms are being researched as potential treatments or preventatives for pain, cancers, arthritis, stroke, heart disease, hemophilia, and hypertension, as well as to control bleeding.
Hit like and subscribe.